And this is what they all fight for, the Drivers' Championship Trophy. Ott Tänak, a little while ago, before heading out to Shakedown, this is the first opportunity that Ott has this year to possibly raise that trophy. It's a huge weekend in prospect here in Salau. We're looking forward to the competition getting underway. But first of all, our drivers are heading to Shakedown. The Estonian fans very much out in force, as will be the supporters for Ogier and Neuville, who still, of course, have a shot at the title, but it's advantage Tänak at the moment. Here we go then on the Shakedown stage with myself, Bex Williams, and John Desborough alongside me this morning. Morning, John.
Good morning, Bex, and good morning, Rally World. And you can just see the sun creeping up over the horizon. They tell me it's going to be 20 degrees by lunchtime.
Absolutely, the weather is looking good, but looked horrendous earlier this week.
You and I are looking at the surface of this Shakedown road, which is what, 2 kilometres long, and it's a kilometre of gravel, kilometre of tarmac. And this was a lake, or do we call it a canal, yesterday under the rainstorm?
It looked very different. On Tuesday night, throughout the whole of Tuesday, this area suffered torrential rain. I'm sure a lot of you saw the images on social media. It was knee-deep in places, and this stage looked very, very different. You could have used a canoe to get through it as we switch from the gravel to tarmac here. But, you know, good job done by the organisers in making sure that everything is ready to rock and roll on what is an absolutely huge weekend ahead, certainly for this crew. Ott Tänak, Martin Järveoja, the first opportunity where they could possibly seal the driver's title falls here in Spain.
And all he needs to do, is finish a couple of points ahead of Seb Ogier. That's all it is, quite simple, straightforward. If he does that, then they go to Australia and Seb can't catch him. It's not as simple as that, is it?
It's never as simple as that. The twists and turns of this championship have been many across the season. But it is Ott Tänak who has 6 wins under his belt so far, and certainly has the confidence on side. He's already through our short test here. It's just 2Ks, the Shakedown stage. We've got Emir Penlan at the end of it, chatting to the drivers for us. So let's find out how Ott is feeling. Pressure or no pressure, I wonder?
Ott, this could be a historic event. I'm keen to know, how's your mindset for this weekend?
It's like another rally for sure. There is pressure, there is no doubt, but there is also no point to think about this because, it might feel close, but it's actually still very far. So we have a lot of work to do for that.
So what's the plan for the Friday?
Yeah.
We switch then to Sébastien Ogier, who is the hunter now, chasing down Ott Tänak. He will do everything in his power to be ahead of Ott this weekend. He said it is all or nothing here in Spain. He has to get the big points this weekend if he wants the title fight to head down under to Australia.
Second in 2018, had a decent power stage at the end of the weekend as well. And if he finishes ahead of Tänak, then it all goes down to Coffs Harbour in Australia.
So there's the Drivers' Championship standings you can see on your screen with the difference from Ogier to Tänak. Ogier saying that he is confident with the car. He feels it is more, as he described, performant on tarmac now.
There was another Seb won in it last year, and there was Chris Meek that won in it the year before, and this really is Citroën country, so they should know what they're doing.
So you can join us in the title fight weekend by watching all live. You can sign up, WRCplus.com, and make sure that you're across every single moment. We will be. Ogier completes the stage then with a 136.5. Tänak was a 135.4. First one of Shakedown for us today. An all or nothing approach then from our 6-time World Rally champions. Can they hold him off?
Sébastien, it's a huge weekend for the championship. What can you do from second on the road?
I don't know, I hope a lot because that's what we need. So for sure we need to give everything and then see what we can do, but definitely if we want to stay alive we need big points.
Best of luck, Seb.
Big points on the board is definitely what he needs, and so does this man. And he also needs a little bit of luck on his side as well. But they all need luck, of course. But Thierry said to me yesterday, I have a small chance in the driver's title fight. It's a small chance now, he said, but it's still a chance. And he referenced how interesting this year has been, the twists and turns, and the fact that big dramas can happen when you least expect it out there. So you can't take your eyes away from the screen for a moment this weekend.
You could go back to Chile and say that was where it all finished. He's not had a win in this half of the season. And he's got to finish 12 points up on Ott if he wants to take this to Australia, which on form so far is a big ask.
Massive weekend for all three crews in the title fight then. I know there's already a huge amount of fans who have piled in from various countries. We'd like to know where you're watching. If you're not here in Spain this weekend, where are you around the world? Let us know where you're going to be tuning in from. Always love to find out where everyone is watching.
And there's a little confidence boost, isn't it? Out of the top three to go through Shakedown, he's the fastest. You know, you've got to take those little things. He's got that small chance of winning a time at the end. Take all those small little chances, you add them all up, and suddenly you get a big weekend.
Thierry, it's going to be a massive weekend for the championship, but I guess it's all or nothing for you.
I mean, it's always the same. We always have to do the best we can, but always be at the end to get the points. And it's going to be the same this weekend, of course. For the Drivers' Championship, it's going to be tough. We need to win the maximum points, and Ott needs to have trouble. But also, we are fighting for the Manufacturer Championship, and the result at the end has a little bit be the same. So let's see what we can do.
Best of luck, Thierry.
Thank you.
And that was a point that was made to me last night by one of the Toyota teams. He said, John, what is it? They're all talking about the Drivers' Championship and talking about Ott Tänak. Well, we're here for the manufacturers. And that is very unlikely to be sorted out this weekend.
It's a huge battle. It's Hyundai who are leading the Manufacturers' Championship by 8 points over Toyota. And, you know, I said to Thierry yesterday, in terms of the risk element out there, you know, your team boss want you to finish for Manufacturers' points. They have two other drivers, of course. Those was the top two in placement who scored for the Manufacturers' Championship. So we're talking about the Manufacturers' Championship. Now, there are the points on your screen for you. You can see how close it is between Hyundai and Toyota. It is an incredible battle there, which, yeah, will be an exciting fight to the finish. We've also got to factor that in this
Tommy
weekend.
Mäkinen would say, look, it's all very well Ott coming home with 25 points, getting a perfect power stage and winning his title, but let's think about this. We need a 1-2. We've got to think of the other driver as well. We've got to bring two cars home in order to take that off Hyundai.
Well, Chris Meek and Jari-Matti Latvala will be very happy to step up to that plate, I'm sure, for the Toyota team. Meek's time then, a 1:35.2, so 0.3 off Neuville's pace.
Morning, Chris. It's going to be a huge weekend for the Drivers' Championship, but you've got a job to do for the manufacturers as well. What's the plan?
It's the same job. Go as fast as possible and take as many points as possible. So, yeah, that's it.
But vital that you finish here with good points.
Every rally.
Best of luck, Chris.
Just bat that one away. It's not a big weekend. It's the same as the other 30
Yeah,
weekends as well.
and that's the way they have to think about it, though. You know, we like to add on the pressure in terms of what we're saying to hype it all up, but they have to keep focus. It's the same as any other weekend. Get as many points on the board as possible. You know, let anything else come into their mindset. It's distracting. What can this man do here? Because last year he was on the podium. We saw great performance from him in GB. Damaged suspension aside, we saw some brilliant times from Elfyn Evans. Can he now factor in that fight right at the front.
Yes, I mean, what a wild card he is here. Can you imagine him? I mean, what a spanner he could be in everybody's works this weekend.
I'm not sure he's going to like just call a spanner, John, but...
Zooming his way onto the podium and repeating what he did last year. The power stage that Elvin drove last year was terrific. And it just took the wind out of Thierry Neuville's sails, and he realised that he'd have to go to Australia and fight on.
Now, big good morning to you wherever you're watching around the world. To Rufus, who's in Kenya, Shingo in Japan, Neil Pryor, who's in England, who's heading out to Spain tonight. People watching in Orlando, New Zealand. Good morning to you, Mark. Greece and Finland. Good morning, everyone.
1.8 seconds.
Rally RACC.
Worry about dropping 1.8 seconds to Thierry here.
No, it's
just
Shakedown.
Think about making sure everything's boiled up, battened down, working the way it needs to be.
Elvin, you showed some great pace on the last event in Wales. You're hoping to carry that speed through here?
Yeah, definitely. That'll be the plan. Let's see how it goes.
You got a good package for Spain?
Yeah, we definitely hope so. Obviously, the test felt good, so let's wait and see.
Good luck.
Could have a good road position somewhere there on the gravel on Friday. You know, 4th, 5th, around there, maybe 6th on the road. That could be the place to be. Don't talk about last year with Jari-Matti Latvala.
Jari-Matti needs a good event here. He needs a confidence-boosting event. I'm hoping he can deliver that. We have seen good results for him in Spain in previous years.
This is there, he's won stages, he just needs to make sure he's leading at the end of the power stage. It's as simple as that.
That's the important point, isn't it? There's also, you know, big battle in the championship where he is standing right now. He's in a battle with the Finns, with Sébastien Ogier, with Sunanen.
Yeah, a lot to think about, many considerations. Top Finn, a drive next year would be very handy. And, you know, come back here, redeem himself, win here after having led. When was it? Saturday night, I think he was leading, and then got that punch on Sunday morning. Now, that would be a redemption story worth writing.
Second quickest through this one then.
1/10 of a second. They'll be happy with that.
That is a serious
Gary,
stage
Rally
focus.
Spain, the only mixed surface event of the year. What's it like for a driver to have to deal with both surfaces?
I like this concept. For me, we should, you know, have one rally like this in the championship. Here is a great gravel and great tarmac. There is something different, and I like this thing what we have over here in Spain.
And the plan for you this weekend?
Focus on my own driving.
Good luck, Gary.
Go as fast as you can and win as many points as you can. Chris will tell you what it's all about.
Esa-Pekka Lappi now then, and Jarno Firm in the Citroen.
We talk about pressure at weekends, but surely Seb and EP have got a lot on their shoulders because Spain is so famous for being a Citroen country. And now the man who's brought so much of that fame, achieved so much for Citroen, is driving for Hyundai.
That's right.
Seb Loeb has got more rally wins than all the others put together. I think he's probably got more, you know, Spain wins than a lot of the others put together. And so Citroen would constantly be reminded that this is where we've done so well. This is our territory. This is where the all of our cars have come here and won. Gentlemen, go out and do it again. And they're thinking, well, it's all very well to look back and say how well we've done.
It is an astounding record for Citroen, going back to the Zara kit car in the hands of Bugalski. You know, it is incredible the results they've had here in Spain over the years.
This is the current generation that are required to add another year.
So, EP completes with a 1:36.7. Emma on hand, asking the questions for us at the end of this shakedown run. And we're going to be asking a question of you lot out there in a moment, so stay tuned.
Esapek Rally Spain mixed surface rally. You've got a good package for this weekend?
I hope so. We did a lot of work for the tarmac. So fingers crossed we made the progress. What is enough?
Yeah, best of luck.
Thank you.
And it's on tarmac. Ironically, here it's on this year. It's on tarmac where that C3 has needed the work, has needed a little bit of nursing and playing with. When it's incredible to have to say that a Citroen needs a bit of working with on tarmac, where it has been so dominant for years and years and years. Almost as if all that work to make it, you know, perform and win across as many surfaces as possible has taken it away from where it was always at home.
Chipping in a little close there. It's amazing to see the surface here of the shakedown stage. When we saw it Wednesday morning, it was completely covered in water. So to actually see a little bit of gravel is quite incredible at this point in time after that huge storm. It's a little bit of a wild run so far from Suunanen. And he's been strong on both surfaces this year, on tarmac and on gravel. Now, the question we wanted to ask you, obviously with the title chance for Ott very much there this weekend, do you believe out there that he can win the championship here in Spain, or is it going to go down to Australia? We'd like your thoughts on that one, please. Is it going to be sealed here by Ott, or is it going to go down to Australia in the Drivers' Championship? Let us know.
Do you mean we're going to go to Australia and try and win 2 titles with jet lag? Is that what you want us to do? You want us to be jet lagged and try and win the championship?
Absolutely. Why not? Teemu Suunanen through then with the 5th quickest time on Shakedown. It's a 1:36.4 for Teemu.
Teemu, everybody's focusing on the fight at the front for the championship, but the M Sport Fiestas could be mixing in with the big boys.
Yeah, hopefully. In the test we had really good feeling for the cars, so I believe we can be fast, but the conditions are pretty challenging, let's say, with all the mud and rain during the wreck, so let's see how it goes.
Best of luck, Teemu.
Thank you.
Rain. It's just, those are not 2 words you expect to hear in Spain, are they?
No, I mean, I'm talking about the heavy rain. It really was rain like I've never seen before in my life. The amount of rain that fell on Tuesday here in this region. Now, Dani Sordo, very much on home territory here, of course. And again, a driver who's done exceptionally well throughout the season. We've recently heard we'll see him back with Hyundai next year again on a partial season. But he will be competing in 2020, which is great news for Dani. And the ability for him to be able to just jump in and out of the car and, you know, score great points. Now,
led this rally before. All he's got to do on his 18th for Catalunya is bring home those magic 25 points from Team Bus and
so we are going to be hearing from Dani Sordo at the stage end in Spanish. Leticia Ott Tänak is here for us and will be with us throughout the weekend. And she'll be chatting to Dani. So for our Spanish-speaking audience, of which there are many, this is for you.
Dani Sordo, has tenido un año muy consistente. ¿Cuál es la estrategia para ganar los puntos del fabricante? Y si te podemos ver ganar por primera vez tu evento de la casa.
Sí, la verdad es que ha ido bastante bien. Agarramos alguna cosilla ahora en el coche. El Shakedown no es muy representativo, pero bueno, podemos hacer una idea ya.
Gracias.
Dani Sordo then 4th quickest through with a 1:35.2, and we switch to the gentleman who won this event last year. Sébastien Loeb, Daniel Elena. What an incredible performance it was last year. And Sunday morning, a blinding tyre choice by Loeb, which was very much a change of mind with about a minute to go before he left service. He went for a hard compound tyre, and it was the solid choice for the day. Walked away with a win.
Struggled every morning to get the rhythm, couldn't work out what to do, got the feeling back in the car just as he wanted to, on he went with a push and won it with four hard tyres. So was it a soft or a medium? Probably a medium, I think. Yeah, this is the man who has 9 Catalunya wins here, 9 Spain wins, and that's more Spains than Danny Sordo and Andres Mikkelsen have rally wins.
Yeah, he certainly knows what to do here, that is for sure. It's a favourite.
But it's his first since Portugal, and I still think, even for a great man like this who's achieved so much down the years, seat time still counts. You know, the longer you're away, the more all the little important things become unfamiliar.
1:36.4 for Loeb. Welcome along to the shakedown test here at the penultimate round of the WRC for 2019. A huge weekend beckons, possibly a historic weekend for Ott Tänak. You can seal the title. Let's hear from Loeb.
Sébastien, a remarkable win here last year. Can you do the same this year?
It's never easy. It's a lot of drivers who are fighting in the front for the championship, and for the rally. So it will not be easy, but okay. The feeling was okay in the test. I hope we will be able to fight a little bit.
Best of luck, Seb.
We really want to see you fight, not just a little bit, but a lot. Takamoto Katsuta then, back again in a World Rally car. Don't forget that you can follow the entire weekend with us on All Live, where we could see the championship title decided. It'll be an incredible weekend all round. Taka and Dan Barrett.
Left, right, 80, brake short left and entry right, slow chicane. 80.
Now we saw Taka in a World Rally car in Germany.
Entry left chicane.
Just not so long ago, although it feels like a while ago now, so much has happened since then.
Yeah, he was the first of the many achievements for Toyota in Germany. And Takamoto came home, finished the rally. So thank you very much. Put that down to experience. It's been great to see you in Spain.
Very, very long line to take shot. Don't finish.
Bagged himself a championship point. And that's a decent shakedown for Taka.
Yeah, 6th quickest out of a total of 11 drivers who have completed here so far. It's Neuville who's topping the timesheets on run 1 of Shakedown.
Katsuta-san, you've just equalled a 9 times champion on Shakedown. How are you feeling?
Takamoto, great to see you back in the World Rally car again. What's the plan for the weekend?
Yeah, I try to enjoy, especially Tänak stage. Yeah, definitely this Tänak stage is best in the world, so I try to enjoy, but in the first I need to survive on the Friday.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
There you go, there's a mission. Think day by day, stage by stage. You've got to survive Friday before you can relax a little and get into the best tarmac stage in the world.
Freshly crowned WRC2 Pro champions, Kalle Rovanperä and Jonne Halttunen.
Yeah, the job's done, isn't it?
The job is done for them. It was
Relax.
done at GB and they were utterly delighted. But, you know, another job in terms of the battle that they have now for Skoda to take top honours. Have to admit, watching, and I'm sure a lot of you out there who've been following all the drivers, co-drivers across social media, were following all the weather videos this weekend. Mr. Halttunen's were my favourite, I have to say. He was like a CNN reporter, giving us the very latest news on what was happening with the weather. But it is going to be fine and dry for the rest of the weekend. We're back to business as usual and sunshine here in Spain. No more rain forecast, so shouldn't be too much of a headache with regards to that.
Would you say that again, just so I can be sure? There's no more rain for I turned up in shorts. This is Spain. This isn't southwest England where it's cold and damp.
A lot of people should have brought their wellies earlier this week. I think it was a shock to the system for many, but sunshine ahead for the next 3 days. Kalle Rovanperä then pulls in. with a time of 1:38.
Kalle, WRC2 Pro champion already, so I guess the pressure's off here a little bit.
Yeah, I think we have no pressure in this rally anymore, and it's really nice rally, so I think we are going to enjoy it.
Do you think you can mix it with the World Rally cars here?
I don't know, we will see.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
We want to know if he's going to be mixing it in a World Rally car next year. What is going on with the driver lineup? So we're not hearing a huge amount. Only Sordo really has been placed. Hello. Bit of damage here for Gus Greensmith. On the right side of the car, we'll find out what exactly he's nudged. Maybe that soft banking we saw some of the cars cutting earlier.
Oh.
But yeah.
Maybe
That's no. That he's just passed what I was thinking it might have been. So
he's done that good and early. Well, he's got a couple of minutes to get his explanation formed correctly in his mind before he meets the man that is Emir Penland and says, "Yeah, there's a bit missing off your car."
let's have a little. Yeah, this is it. This is the replay.
There.
Oh,
Up onto its side, probably snaffled the corner and ripped it away.
Gus would really like to walk away from this event with top honours in the R5 class, and that's what he's going to be aiming for this weekend. He's been on a bit of a health mission. He's lost 12 kilos since Finland. Telling me yesterday.
He's lost the headline as well.
He certainly has. Car's a little bit lighter than it was coming out of service. Let's get a chat with him.
Bit of damage there, Gus. What went on in Shakedown?
Yeah, there were all these banks after the regrading after the water. There was one that was more close over the over one of the drops, so I clipped that, but no, she's fine.
Huge fight going on between you and Mads for the second place in the WRC2 Pro category. It's on.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting weekend.
Best of luck, Gus.
Thank you.
I like that from Emma. It's on. It certainly is. And here is Mads Osberg, Torstein Eriksson.
How they brought the chocolate. Do you remember the chocolate? The chocolate.
John, you're going to have to explain this one.
Oh, it's one of those famous moments when they were going through the peage up on the motorway there to get around. And
yes.
Nobody had any money, and I think it was Torstein who said, "I've got a chocolate." And it just stuck. It was one of those things. You had to be there.
Sounds it, John. There's the Drivers' Championship points then in Pro for you. Obviously, Robin Pera, our champion this year, but the battle for the runners-up spot between Greensmith and Osberg, there's only 5 points between them. It's the battle Emma was referencing in the stage end interview. It is on.
Kort høyre ut 50, nyper kort 6 minus, og med mål 50. 6 venstre minus. 1.38,6.
So slightly quicker than Greensmith through there, but it'll be the stages where it counts.
Mads, there's a huge fight going on for the championship at the front, but there's also a huge fight for second place in WRC2 Pro between you and Gus. What's the plan?
Yeah, I will follow the huge fight on the front, to be honest, because if that goes well, I'll go into Australia. So that's my focus.
Rally Spain, one you enjoy?
Yeah, I hope so. It's depending on Seb. If Seb has a good rally, I will enjoy.
Best luck, Mads.
There we go. He's kind of unconcerned really about his points. He's focused on being in Australia, and that was the news that came out in the past week. That should we see Ogier get great points here, then
Bath
we'll
goes down
see
to Australia.
Yeah, we'll see Mads exactly.
Draft in some more help.
You can follow the whole weekend with us on All Live. Don't forget, as Matt will be watching the battle at the front, so will we, so will you guys out there as well.
Matt Osberg is signed up. Are you?
Great comments from him this morning. But yes, he wants Citroën and in particular Ogier to have a great weekend so that can be on board to go to Australia. Will the title fight go down to Oz? Well, it's the question we asked you a little bit earlier on.
It's a long shot for that all to be sorted out here.
With Jan Kopecky now, as he heads through the red boards. And a time of 1:40.8. Total of 15 drivers have completed the first run of Shakedown for us this morning. Welcome along to our coverage.
Jan Krusek looks as if he's come from a Star Wars movie.
Jan's been a really strong season, a win in 4 seconds. What can you do here in Spain?
We will see, because, you know, for sure I'm waiting for Saturday and Sunday because we have really nice tarmac here, so hopefully we can pass first day with some good pace, and then we try to fight for sure on Saturday and Sunday.
Best luck, Jan.
Thank you.
And I guess the weather hasn't exactly made his task much easier. He would probably want dry gravel followed by even drier tarmac.
Okay, so classification-wise, it is Neuville who is fastest through the first run of Shakedown, followed by Latvala just 10th behind, then Meek, Sordo, Tänak, Katsuta, Sunanen and Loeb, and wrapping up the top 10, Ogier and Lappi for us. Let's head now then into the service park and catch up with Kiri.
Thanks so much, Bex and John Desborough there. Well, welcome to Shakedown Live and the service park. Joining me in the service park, Julian. Well, what a weekend this is going to be.
Yeah, amazing weekend. We spoke to a lot of the drivers last night, and they're all calm to a degree, but there's a little bit of nervous apprehension in there as well. I actually thought Martin Javier looked more nervous than Ott Tänak this morning, but he's the man who's got to guide Ott around all weekend, and I don't suspect Ott is the easiest person in the world at this weekend to work with.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, well, the first run of Shakedown already happened. Fastest man through Thierry Neuville. We are obviously standing just behind Toyota. And Ott came back in, Chris came back in, but you've decided you know exactly why they came back in.
Yeah, I couldn't understand why they'd only come back in after one run, but then I realised, obviously, we put the WRC2 Pro cars through as well. So rather than sitting out on the main road 3 minutes away, they've come back here, had a coffee, had a debrief, changed some settings and gone back out. But the big thing that's happening right now, apart from Shakedown, is there's been a bulletin put out. We've had this massive amount of rain a couple of days ago, and the weather crews, the safety crews, that they are allowed for tarmac rounds now. Only tarmac rounds, not gravel. But they have been allowed out into the stages this morning to run through one pass of stage 1, 2 and 3 for tomorrow, just to get and amend any big issues that might have occurred from when they recce'd it in the sunshine on Tuesday morning to when it rained massively on Tuesday afternoon. So all of the safety crews are not here at the minute. They are out in the stages, having a look at the stages.
Okay, well, we certainly will find out exactly what those stages are looking like a little bit later on. Now, Shakedown continues, but so does this title race. Let's just have a look at where we stand as we head into round 13. Okay, so Ott Tänak out in 240 points. Sébastien Ogier with 212 points. That's a 28-point difference. Thierry Neuville with 199 points. Andreas Mikkelsen with 102. Chris Meek, 98. Elvin Evans, 90. Jari-Matti with 84. Esa-Pekka Lappi with 83. And then we move down the standings. Teemu with 83. Danny Sordo, who we heard in Spanish there, with 72 points. And Seb Loeb back for another round. Got those 39 points there as well. Well, the sun is breaking through at the moment. And it's not just us that are here as well. Emir and Letitia are soaking up at the sunshine. So, guys, how's it going down there?
Yeah, welcome back to the Shakedown stage end then. You might have noticed there was a female voice doing some interviews here in Spanish, and I'm delighted to introduce Letitia Datena, who's joining us for this weekend. And what a weekend to be coming in to do some Spanish content, but this is going to be the rally of the season.
This is going to be the rally of the season. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, hola, to the rally fans, the Spanish speaker rally fans. We have so many factors coming into play. Two big championships to be decided. So it's going to be very interesting. And I want to invite you all to download the app, the All Live app, and follow all the transmissions. We have 17 stages throughout the weekend and all live for you. So you're not going to miss any bit of action if you stay with us.
I'm going to put you on the block now. I need to know, do you think Ott Tänak can do it here in Spain?
You know, I think he can do anything because he's unstoppable right now. But as I said, so many factors. We have Sébastien Ogier here, who has won this rally 9 times. He's the master of tarmac. It's a mixed surface rally, so it's going to be a challenge. And Tänak said himself, he's just calm and he's gonna take it easy. So let's see what's going to happen. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely, it's going to be interesting. Thierry, I know we've only had one passive shakedown so far, but Thierry throwing down the gauntlet, fastest on the first run, that would be the dream result for him. He needs the win here to keep his chances alive.
Yeah, he needs the maximum points, but also for the Drivers' Championship, but also he needs to achieve the manufacturer's point. So double job for Thierry.
And we heard you speaking in Spanish to Dani Sordo. What did he have to say? And I'm delighted to say you're going to be speaking in Spanish all weekend. So if you are a fluent Spanish speaker, tune in for this. And I'm going to hand over to you to wrap it up and say goodbye to the fans out there in Spanish.
Okay, thank you so much, Amir. Bueno, amigos, estaremos aquí entonces haciendo las transmisiones de esos 17 tramos cronometrados de competencia en español, con los comentarios en español. Yo estaré hablando con el público, hablando con los pilotos que hablan español y transmitiendo todas las informaciones para ustedes. Entonces, estén conectados con nosotros a través del app All Live y también del sitio web www.wrc.com. Estaremos ahí con todas las informaciones. Un rally muy decisivo, así que nos vemos mañana a las 9 de la mañana con poquito de estudio y ya 3 pruebas especiales. Así que un besito y hasta mañana. Chao.
Well, there we go. A bit of Spanish to get us in the mood. Okay, well, we will be covering every single minute of this action, the 17 stages on All Live. So make sure you do not miss a thing. We will be with you for every single moment. So let's just have a look at what those moments will entail. Well, stages 1 to 6 will be in flow from 9 o'clock tomorrow morning till 8:15 tomorrow night. That's Friday. Remember, these are local times. Saturday, 8:45 to 6:30. That's 7 to 13 in terms of stages. And then Sunday, just 4 stages. It is 6:45 to 1:45. We could be crowning a new champion here, but it is all still to play for. And as I said, every single moment of action will be on All Live. So make sure you're with us for all of it. Okay, we'll see you guys soon.